this is amazing. It's clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostyn and Cam Waters.
It's motorsport, but not as you know it. Test yourself and your everyday road car. Safe, affordable, but most of all, fun. And all you need is your daily driver. Experience the thrill of a sprint day, race against the clock at a hill climb, or test your reflexes with an auto test. It takes just 3 simple steps to get started. Get on the start line. Search Motorsport Australia Daily Driver today.
Fishies in a row. They're here to make a point and to do Eddie proud. They fan out in the background as they come down to turn 1 for the first time. It all looks pretty good, 2 by 2. We'll stop the camera here. Oh, Eddie would be proud, mate. That was awesome run around turn 1. But, oi! Contact with the fishies.
He's made it through. It doesn't look like Angus has made it, but Thomas Freeman's made it through, and Angus is going to suffer the crowd coming through there to be able to turn his car around.
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannon's insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
ride with Shannon's.
Call 134646 for a quote.
And they are off. It was a good start from Dylan de Bono. I think Phil Vella got a great start there in the background as well. You can see already cars going 5, 6 wide as they're trying to find any semblance of space. They come into T1. So far we've got 2, 3 wide as they snake down. It's Michael Conchar that's got around Dylan de Bono. A couple of cars going wide there. Was that a bit of contact in the back? Scott Pocock caught up in that, I think, there, buddy. But it's Michael Cullajar's got past, so Dylan.
Light is coming out and we're about to get going, and we have green lights and a very slow start for the 86s, but they are moving out there on the grid. It would be very interesting to see exactly which driver can capitalise on this first lap. Just go through the grid. Look like Jamie Christensen had a really awesome start to get ahead of Dylan de Bono, and Doug Gowage also jumped his teammate as well, so unfortunately Dylan stalled the car a little bit more than what he preferred. But
Weekend in, weekend out, Motorsport Australia officials are making waves. From waving flags, waving cars through pit lane, or responding to a wave for help. Wave hello to new lifelong friends. Who knows, you might just make waves around the world. Ride the first wave. Search Motorsport Australia officials today.
Still great classes of car, and if you are able to, if you're coming up the ranks on iRacing through the licenses, it's a fantastic sort of laneway into prototype driving, going from that GT3 up through the prototype classes. As the safety car pulls in, we get ready to go green as we come up towards the line. Edwards, Hasler, who's going to get the jump down to turn 1, or will any of the fishies, any of the piranhas in behind them, assault them down towards
green and they're
this
off.
first lap? Let's go here.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's.
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. It's clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostyn and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to snip on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because I'll tell you what, Bruce Tanak and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't committed, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see if we get a good run. God's just absolute thinker, but it's a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SRW TV's Round 7 GR86 Nationals with Shannon, sponsors from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I am James Parker, going to be joined in the booth by Steve Sinkovic once more here, who's going to be coming alongside me for what plans to be a very interesting evening of racing. Race 1 will be 20 minutes. We have a set grid by qualifying. Race 2 will be 40 minutes with a top 10 reverse. The circuit itself, well, it is traditionally an oval circuit, but they do have a roval course inside of it. It's 1.6 miles, 2.575 kilometers, and opened in 2009. We have just entered into qualifying. We've got enough time to bring you up the standings as they stand currently at the moment. In the AMS, it's Chris Tomlin out in front at the moment. He is sitting on 499 points, with Josh King in second, Shane Nowens in third, Kevin Wakefield in fourth, with Greg Johnston in fifth, Russell Gander in sixth, Carl Gretsch in seventh, Stephanie Bigley in eighth, Martin Walker in ninth. Then you've got Brad Anderson, Phil Buckland, Vic Bensvalen, Brandon Soper and Brad Hayes. In the Pro-Am standings, it is Mark Cochran out in front on 660 points. That's his total points, with the drop rounds is 594. Then Cam Hardwick in second on 576, Mitch Noble on 559, Jack Anderson on 554 with a drop week, Matt Feely on 529, then you've got Wayne Edwards, Dean Sinkovic, Ryan Price, Jordan Ferguson, Luke Crum, Callum Hodgkinson, Mark Turner and Tyler Sheaf. And then the final standings that we're all interested in is the pro standings. Ben Faulkner out in front on 886 points. Ty Delaney sitting in second on 778. That does include the drop round, with Jamie Davis on 777. Dylan DeBono on 714, with Daniel Byrne on 704. Doug Gowans on 698 alongside Jackson Pringle on 691. Shane Ratcliffe on 689 with David Gallo on 660. Dan Batouche on 647. Then you got Sam Katkazinos, Joshua Houghton, John Gallen, Caleb Bellick, Blake Fitzpatrick and Dylan Gray. Well, what more could you ask for than a roval circuit? Let's bring Steve into the booth. Steve, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Very good, mate. Thank you for touching up everyone, getting everyone up to date. The pro ladder, apart from Ben Faulkner, who has just screamed away, is looking very close. Like, if you look at second till fifth, there's not a lot in it at all. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they fight for the minor placings for the year. But I'm expecting a lot of fun tonight. Haven't personally raced this track, so we might maybe even grab someone at some point tonight to see how the track is and what they think of it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we might as well give it a go. I think if somebody is available that wants to jump in, the circuit itself, it does utilise the oval, which is better than some of the roval circuits that are out there at the moment. I can think of Indianapolis that doesn't really utilise the oval. This kind of does, as you start going through the back end and through the S's section before you come onto the oval circuit, just basically base of the pit entry. I think that's going to be one of the things they've got to look out for here as well. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how they handle the backside of the circuit. You know, coming out of turn 2, that's probably not a good way to handle the circuit there, Mr. Dougie Gowans. As it goes through there, he's unfortunately gone off the side of the circuit. But obviously you've got the likes of the carousel, and you've got the wiggle section down into the S's as well. It's very difficult, and just to throw it all into the mix, if you haven't noticed already, there is rain at the moment out there.
Oh yeah, very much so. That was a beautiful little slide out there by Pringle, and he held it and everything. Yeah, the rain looks like it's going to be a lot of fun out there. We're expecting the rain to hold out for the first hour, so the 15, so probably the last 15 minutes. Hopefully Hopefully, they'll need to change tyres during the race. I doubt it because the rain sort of sits on the tracks for a while. It doesn't just dissipate as quick as you would expect it to. But we'll fingers crossed and see what happens. I expect a little bit of carnage here and there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you as well. I think where the undulation of it being so up and down as well, it's going to sit in the base of the hill. So as they come out of certain parts of the hills, they are going to struggle to basically get that car onto grip. We're into this SS section with Pringle, who has just gone and pulled over, so unfortunately. But let's have a look at a lap here with Dan Batush as he starts going around this circuit. You see the utilization of the oval. I've driven the oval layout. It is very, very tricky. There's not a massive amount of banking to utilize going through turn 1 and 2. You can see as they're coming down to the right hander, he's going to go all the way to the left, then down through the gears into first gear around the right hander. Now there's the puddle that we were talking about at the base of the hill. As you can see the undulation as it goes up. I think that's going to be a continued pattern throughout this evening. As again we're going to head down, you're going to end up a puddle with the going into the carousel here, the left hander. It's going to be the same thing. They've got to be careful when they come out the other side, because there is going to be water. You can see it there, standing water on the floor as they wiggle their way through, Steve. And I think that's the thing. It's all going to be about how they're going to utilize and control the throttle, because if you, as we've seen in many GR86 races that we've gone through, that is always going to be a problem, as you can see there with Dan Batush having to correct as he's coming in through the S's.
Yeah, that corner where he lost the rear end, we've seen a couple of cars already lose it on that corner. I think it's going to be a pinch point where we're going to see a lot of incidents happen. Looking at this track map, JP, it looks like what you, if you put Calder Park down here in Melbourne, which is near my house, if you added the street circuit to the track, it's pretty much similar to what it would look like. So I'll tell you what, if this is a good race, I'd love to see Calder Park develop into that sort of racing circuit with a bit of the ovals brought into it as well.
Yeah, I think there's many circuits that could probably do with an infield and have an infield, but they've got to be careful when they lay them out. You know, Indy for me is just not a good infield circuit, but the likes of obviously Daytona and the different layouts at Charlotte bring something in a new dimension to it. You know, obviously New Hampshire, to be honest, up until about yesterday or 24 hours ago, I didn't even know New Hampshire had a oval circuit inside, to be blatantly honest, but clearly they have, and it's clearly one that's on the calendar, and I think that's going to be the thing for these guys. It's not a circuit that gets used, right? Let's be honest about it. It's probably never ever been in an iRacing officials ever in my whole entire time on iRacing. I can't even think if it's ever been anywhere, and it's probably not been utilised in league circuits much either, but I think it just gives them that new dimension of circuits, that new dimension of being able to utilise the GR86s, being able to, you know, use the part of the oval and utilise an infield that clearly is going to cause some problems this evening.
100%. And while we're talking away, Mr. Ben Faulkner is laid out his fastest lap for the session so far for 1:14.744. So he's 5/10, no more. He's like nearly 7/10 faster than Shane Radcliffe at the moment, who's at the pointy end of the stick, which isn't usually that far up. So it'd be interesting to see how tonight's going. We can already see that the pros are starting to take up the majority of all of the top 10, apart from Tyler Sheaf. And then the Pro-Ams, apart from a couple of Ams, have taken up the middle part of the ladder. So they're all splitting nicely between themselves.
Yeah, they are. I think the interesting thing, though, as well, is there's so many people that have not set lap times. I think that's the thing. Yeah. You know, we've only got 22 out of 35 drivers that have got lap times on the board. Yeah. Good evening, Laura Anderson. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck, Team SRR, Jamie, SRW, Jamie, Josh, Mitch, and Dean tonight. Brad sends his luck too. So thank you so much there. I think it's going to be an interesting one for everybody. I think this circuit in general. Ben Faulkner, we know he's quick. We know, obviously, there was some controversy going into 2 weeks ago that, you know, it's all been sorted out and everything else, and it's always going to surround somebody who's naturally fast, I think, Steve, and that's it. That's the issue with sometimes with people who are exceptionally quick. There's always going to be that moment of controversy.
Oh, look, there is. He was quite fair about it, and he was quite yeah, he was a real sportsman about it as well. He knew he'd done it. He thought he got away with it, but a couple of drivers that sort of suffered from the incident put a ticket in, and it was reviewed on the Monday night, the following Monday, because Monday nights our review nights, and I think he got some a drive-through for these guys is worth about 20 points, so they get 20 points deduction, I think it was, or something like that. I can't remember. It was a whole week ago. A whole week ago is a lifetime for me in sim racing, because the way the amount of stuff that I watch and see that I've got to go through. Tonight we've got Caleb Ballack, who's got a rear grid, so he's starting from the back of the field. He's not participating in the qualies at the moment, so he'll start from back there. And I'm pretty sure Caleb has changed teams as well.
Yes.
He's now a teammate of Dylan Gray.
Yeah, they have. He has swapped teams. He did notify me before it live, so he is under DG Motorsport, I believe. Well, is Caleb Bellick. So a bit of a team swap there. You know, that's young man wants to do, then fair play to him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Ben, is he gone faster? No, he didn't. He had purple sector, one of the sectors, so he's getting faster again. It seems like the practice session, a lot of the drivers have got accustomed to the track. They're not really, not as many spins as I was thinking there would be. I've got my screen on.
Oh, the irony, Steve, as you say that there. Poor old Daniel Byrne goes round.
I think your mic swapped, sounding very tinny. Let me check. Just see if my mic is gone to my laptop mic, because I've been in meetings today. It's quite possible.
Oh, there you go. Unfortunately, Darren Byrne has gone round. We'll keep an eye on some of the middle field. Matt Feely here setting the time. Dylan DeBono from Velocity SimLab has just gone over the line as well. Has he made an improvement on what he has done? He hasn't. Dan Katkazinos and Greg Johnston is another one. Greg's just coming round the final point. You can see the pit entry on the left-hander. It is basically right off the exit of that final corner. And it's going to be very, very tough for these guys to basically make sure they can get into the pits if they need to, of course. Here at a circuit where the pit entry is off the last corner, it's just going to be exceptionally tough for some of these. Stephanie Pickley is out on the racetrack here as well. Stephanie is currently no time on the board, so struggling. There is young Stephanie. Kevin Wakefield is another one who's in the standings, sitting in 20th place. Josh King leading the AMS at the moment. So great job from Josh, leading the AMS in 15th place overall. So an exceptional job from Josh. Andrew Rushworth, even and all, let's go Team Apex. Absolutely there. And Hamish, welcome in, buddy. Thank you so much for joining us.
I did. Well picked there, Hamish. It was my laptop mic. I had a Zoom meeting this afternoon, so I switched this off over. And I'm back to my standard beautiful Shure mic. I love it so much. But a few boys out there starting to get their laps down. But we've got a few that haven't yet. Wayne Edwards, Chris Tomlin still haven't set up a lap yet, so they're still not too far off. I don't even know if they're on track at this point.
There's quite a few that have not. So 27 out of 34. But obviously Caleb Bellick we know is not going to go out on track anyway. There is Dean Sinkovic on the circuit. He's coming into the S's there as well. I hear your voice enough to know when it sounds off, says Hamish.
Thank you, Hamish. It's been sounding a bit off actually lately because I've been a bit husky. Struggling to get rid of a bit of this back end throat in my hang on. There was a black and white warning for impeding during qualifying. It was for who was it for? It doesn't say on my data, but yeah, someone got a bit of a slap on the tickle on the hands for some loose driving.
Just matching JP's energy with the raspy tones. Yeah, that's what happens when you do this a lot, Hamish. You know what I mean? You do this a lot, and you do this for years. You end up like us.
JP's secretly one of those old rock stars, back from the
the club days.
from the club days, He was like one of the what are they guys called? Oh, those punk rockers with Oh no, you're not that old, mate.
I'm not that old, babe. I'm only 45.
The Sex Pistols, I was thinking.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
No, I'm not that old.
I was thinking Sex Pistols, but that was a bit too. You were a puppet back then.
Depends what
qualifying's done.
Yeah, we're going to have, of course, Heat 1 here. Let's bring you up the grid for Heat 1. It is Ben Faulkner out in pole position with Jamie Davis in second and Shane Ratcliffe in third. Dan Byrne in fourth with Dylan DeBono in fifth. David Gallo in sixth. Then Dan Batouche in seventh. Doug Gowans in eighth. Tyler Sheaf leading the Pro-Ams in ninth with Jackson Pringle in 10th. Greg Johnston jumped Josh King there towards the end of qualifying and finished in the lead of the AMs in 11th with Matt Feely down in 12th place. Moving on once more, Callum Hodgkinson in 13th, Sam Katkazinos in 14th, then you've got Jack Anderson and Mark Cochran. Joshua King in 17th with Mitch Noble on in 18th place with Dean Sinkovic 19th, Ryan Price 20th, Jordan Ferguson 21st and Kevin Wakefield in 22nd. Shane Nowes and Stephanie Bigley round out the top 24. Moving on, we've got Phil Buckland in 25th with David Simmons 26th, Brendan Soper 27th and Wayne Edwards down in 28th, Dylan Gray in 29th and Caleb Bellick in 30th, Chris Tomlin in 31st with Russell Gander in 32nd, Brad Hayes down in 33rd, Race Control and the safety car, and then Ben Simpson in 36th place. So we're going to have 34 cars on the circuit ready to go and up and running here. I think overall, Steve, it's going to be quite chaotic with the rain.
We should just call it Chaos Thursday, eh?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think.
It's yeah. Ah, look, the boys are already in the chat talking about four safety cars, one in the heat, 3 in the feature.
No.
That reminds me of an old song, but no, maybe. Oh, there's a lot of runoff. There's a lot of runoff on this, so I'm thinking, maybe one in each tonight. One in each.
Unless there's some major drama, I don't believe there's going to be any. I think the runoff just allows it to, get them out of the way. I think they've got to be sensible in regards to the safety cars in general, because I think if you throw it and you don't need to, I think some people are going to get a little bit upset. You can see the cars at the bottom part of the track there. You can see how far they go. They go up to the S's section. So the poor person at the back at the moment, which is all the way down here, and Ben Simpson is going to see absolutely nothing. Going to rely on the people going in front of him.
Sit, mate.
What, at the back?
That's where I am usually, back in the cheap seats. Yeah, back in the cheap seats, mate. That's where I usually am.
That's mate, you and me both probably when I'm driving, to be blatantly honest. I think, to be fair, I do a lot of ovals, so sitting in the back's a good thing. But here we go. The lights are going to be coming on now. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people at home, it is green here at New Hampshire for round 7 of the SRW Shannon's GR86 Championship here as well. Ben Faulkner's got the jump. They're going to lead off straight away, going on that long looping oval of turn 1, turn 2. Jamie Davis is having a go on the right hand side. He's going to have the inside going down into turn 3 here as well. Davis is going to make that move. Shane Ratcliffe tucked in behind him there as well. Daniel Byrne having a bit of a blink, but Jamie Davis, with the start of his life, has taken the lead. Is he going to force Ben Faulkner out on the outside? He's going to have that inside line. Faulkner's going to have the inside for the next corner as they run side by side down into the carousel. I would say everybody, but there's a couple of people who have had incidents on that opening lap.
He nearly hung it out the dry into the dirt then, Jamie. Oh, Johnson in the background's gone off. He was leading the AMs. I've got my other camera on the 10th place onwards, but he's maintained to get car back on track, so he's kept it nice and smooth. The battles are going fast and thick everywhere. There's two wide, two Team SRW drivers hitting each other in the corner.
There's a lot going on.
James,
There's a lot going on.
Just called something in from a previous corner as well, so let's see what's going on.
Yeah, we've got so far, we have had Jordan Ferguson has jumped back to the pit, Stephanie Pickley's had an incident, Russell Gander's had an incident, Greg Johnson's been off track, Matt Feely, Ryan Price, Mitch Noble, Caleb Bellick, Dean Sinkovic there as well, and it'll be like doing a highlight reel of at the beginning as we go over the opening lap here, and you can see on the left hand side it is Ben Faulkner out in front. The gainers and losers on the opening lap, well, you've Jackson Pringle's up 4, David Gallows down 3, Jack Anderson's up 4, Caleb Bellick's up 12 places in that DG Motorsport machine as he comes up to the back of Josh King. He's going to make that move through the inside, and that will unfortunately a place for Josh King, but it depends on that run down the hill. He's going to have that inside line. Caleb has just disappeared on me and has come back on track there, so hopefully he can resolve them issues, otherwise that's going to be a problem for race control.
So Callum Hodgkin must have had a few places back down. Yeah, Caleb's actually just passed his no further action. Okay, there was an incident called on 43 with no further action. Caleb was swapping places with Dylan, his teammate, there a few times in that sequence, but he's finally settled. Looks like Dan Bartucci's had a bit of an off. Phil Buckland's going for a bit of a squirt as well. It's a hard track to control by the look of it, mate.
Yeah, well, it did say
another one just disappeared on us.
I think Stanley Walter's going to be a problem as well. David Simmons has gone down the order. There's a lot of changing and swapping and people going all over. Well, as to say that, Ben Simpson just goes and does a lovely pirouette there for the camera. Jamie Davis and Shane Ratcliffe with Dylan and Dan Byrne, Dylan DeBono all mixing it up at the front end. Ben Faulkner's out in front, 3.8 seconds. It's a battle for second place here. And at the moment, Shane Ratcliffe has got it. He's going to have that inside line going into the carousel. Davis is trying to utilise as much of the banking. He tries to cut back as well. Is he going to bring his... No, I don't think he's going to get it done as Shane Ratcliffe shuts the door on him.
Well, great bit of driving both of them. Ben Faulkner is already 4 seconds up the road, mate. Already 4 seconds. That is crazy. He's doing exceptionally well. Once he gets out on his own, he's out on his own. He drives like a madman. But have a look at this control for Davis. He's really fighting that rear end around that corner we spoke about earlier. Doing a great job, though. Consolidation's a key here. Jamie Davis has got Dylan DeBono on the back of him as well, which is going to right behind him on the split screen. You can see, yep, there he is, pushing like crazy. So the boys from the third place down are all like 3/10, 2/10 apart, all the way to Daniel Byrne in 5th place.
Yeah, you can see now they're coming into the right-hand of turn 3. We're on board with Byrne. He's going to try and go around the outside. How many places is he going to try and get? I think he's just got possibly... Nope, DeBono's still there. You can just see there's a little bit of rubbing going on here. Rubbing is racing up over the hill. Byrne's going to have the inside line for the carousel, the left-hander. You can see them trying to utilise as much of that banking as possible, and it's worked for Dylan DeBono. Daniel Byrne's going to have to rethink that inside line there, Steve, and probably try and utilise the banking as well.
This is killing me watching this, mate. This is like, where do you look next? It's like battles galore, JP. I'm just looking at the Pro-Ams and the Ams at the moment. We've got in the Pro-Am position Jack Anderson, Matty Feely, Mitch Noble. Gapped themselves out a little bit from the rest of the boys. That just changed on me. Because you split the screen. And then you've got Josh King, Kevin Wakefield and Greg Johnson battling in the back of the packet as well. So viewers out there, if you want to see anyone in particular, you've got a team you're supporting or a driver that we haven't spoken about, let us know.
Davis.
Let us hear who you want to see.
Oh, he's tightened up the exit of turn 2. Is he going to run that inside line? I think Ratcliffe's going to have the inside. Oh, they come to contact there. A little bit of door banging. Ratcliffe opens up the steering of that GR86 round the right hand now. Davis tucks in once again behind him.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
That's not a spot to tap each other there, because he could have quite easily let the front end go and lose traction. It would have been all over Red Rover.
Yeah, Jackson Pringle's just cleared Dylan DeBono. Looks like Sam Katkazinos has had a moment. In fact, he's had that much of a moment. He's disappeared there. But action all the way through. Wayne Edwards down here with Chris Tomlin, Tyler Sheaf, Phil Buckland, and Dean, who's a little bit further back, trying to close up this gap here. On board with Wayne Edwards now in that number 77 number machine there. He's sitting sixth in Pro-Ams at the moment. Is he going to be able to hold on to Chris Tomlin from LCR? Chris Indiham's doing an absolute stellar job. Ben Simpson has just gone round again. Dylan Bilbono is facing the wrong way. Oh, no.
Dill. What's he done? He's gone on the inside.
Oh,
he's lost the rear end. He's lost. Oh, Jamie nearly did as well.
Yeah.
Oh, his front bounced back a bit. I thought it was going to be over and over, but it bounced back to shape.
Yeah, we've got Ryan Price sitting here as well. He's alongside the DG Motorsports of Dylan Gray. He's got his teammate Caleb Bellick, who's up at 17 places there. Don't forget, it's a top 10 reverse. Caleb has only got 3 more to go, and he's got 13 minutes on the clock before he pulls what can only be described as an exceptional race coming from the back, sitting in 13th overall, 10th in class. He's might have another position as DeBono's off on the left-hand side once more. Poor old Dylan DeBono over the Varsity Simlab.
Having a rough night.
Yeah, that puts Caleb Bellick into 11th. Oh, he's fighting Mitch Noble around the carousel. Oh, one of them.
Oh, that was close. Oh, my God.
Oh, Caleb.
Oh, my God. How close did they come then? They both gave space for beautiful driving. Well respected all the way through. Got to be careful around some of these corners coming down the hill that one of them doesn't touch the puddle and drift into the other. Oh, both took an aggressive corner over the apex. That cost Mitch a fair bit of time, I think. The fact that Caleb was on the outside. Oh, nice drift expression by Noble. Thank God he held it.
Noble auditioning for the next Fast and Furious, I can tell you that much. As it comes around the corner, sliding at GR86.
Oh,
I will say now, Caleb is 9th in the class, 11th overall, up 19 places. He's got Dan Batouche 4 seconds up the road. Can he catch him with 12 minutes to go? It's going to be tough, I can tell you that much. Last time out, 1:16.36 for Caleb Bellick, 1:15.61 for Dan Batouche, so he was quicker. Mitch Noble's just lost the place to Dylan Gray there, and Dylan moves up another spot. Back Mark Cochran down here with Brendan Soper, David Simmons, Shane Nowens, Chris Tomlin, Wayne Edwards, Tyler Sheaf. They're all in this paddle pack that you can see coming down towards us here as well. And Shane Nowens on the outside. Oh, he's going to touch.
Oh, lucky. Oh, that was lucky. Whoever that was coming through with the green stripe on him, he just held off enough pace to stop the incident from getting any worse than what it was. David Simmons, was it? David Simmons, well done, David. That was some good driving to recover from something that could have gone really bad real quick.
Yeah, I think the problem was he was already sliding with Shane now, and so he was trying to correct what was going on, and unfortunately that correction put him into David Simmons, so it was a tough one. Around the left-hander they go as they come down. If you've not seen the undulation on this circuit, guys, it is very up and down. The oval part is quite a flat circuit, not much banking on that outside line. It is an absolute killer if you drive it in ovals on tyres. I will tell you that much. You do have to lift and brake. Somebody's gone into the pits. That's Mark Cochran. As you can see, Shane Nowens now on that long straightaway. They've got to muster the oval section. If you can get it up by the wall, great. It does help a little bit, but you want to kind of try.
Number 10.
Try and do what Shane Nowens is doing, and he's got to open it up now. He's got to get the run. I'm surprised he didn't slot in behind Brendan Soper here. He just kind of let Brendan take his line, and he didn't close in. However, Shane Nowens has just gone up the inside of turn 3 on the outdone for Shane Nowens there as well. So a great job from Shane as he moves himself up to 4th in class at the moment.
Mitch Noble's got himself a drive-through for incident earlier on. So he's going to be dropping all the way from 3rd place in the Pro-Ams down to somewhere near the bottom of the ladder, I think, once it levels itself out, which is unfortunate. But yeah, Mark Cochran must have had some issues there because he's still in there, 43 seconds. Must be a repair or something like that. No, he'd have a fast repair. He should have been out for that. Maybe he's having other issues in there. But I'll tell you what, the speed that we are having from Ben Faulkner is ridiculous. 1:13. 1.800 is his fastest lap. It's a whole 2 seconds. Oh, 1.2 seconds faster than anyone else on track at the moment. So crazy fast.
Yeah, Ben Faulkner doing a stellar job out 12 seconds out in front. There is your leader. He's weaving his way through the back markers here, and that's the situation for Ben Faulkner. He's got to make sure he can make it through cleanly, otherwise he doesn't want any more dramas. We need to keep the drama down as he's lapped everybody up to Brad Hayes in 27th place. Next up on his list should be Dean Sinkovic, and we'll see how Dean can handle the ever-looming Ben Faulkner. Dan Byrne, run. Oh, let's get off Dan a minute. He keeps blinking on me here. With Jackson Pringle tucked up right behind him. Not going to be easy.
Josh King's had a bit of a slide. He's relinquished his second place in the AMS. Dylan Gray, he's listed in the AMS. He shouldn't be an AM down there, I think.
Oh, there is Josh. We can see what Josh did. Oh, yeah. All on his own.
Just come in too hot. Just coming up. We lost Sam Kutakazinos through PC issues again. His PC just does not like the rain.
No. Some PCs aren't able to handle the rain. You know what I mean? I think it's a massive. It puts a lot of strain on the PCs. I think that's what I'm trying to say here as well. They brought it out. It hasn't been optimized, should we say, to what's there open up to casual racers as much as they would have liked. But the rain itself, they've done a great job with the rain. It's just unfortunately very, very processor graphic heavy.
Yeah, it is. It's looking better and looking good. I'm quite enjoying it. It's a bit hard to tell whether it's still raining out there at the moment from my perspective. I'm not sure if you can see it differently at your end. 20 viewers out there tonight just in YouTube, not including Facebook. So thank you everyone for joining us. Please like and subscribe if you can. That'd be awesome. It does help us. But the boys out there are going great guns. James Davis has got gapped Daniel Byrne by 2 seconds now, but Jackson Pringle, the driver from Vermilion, which is Ben Faulkner's teammate, he is fighting hard with Daniel Byrne now. He's 0.4 behind him and getting closer as we speak.
Yeah, Mark Cochran needed fuel and sped in the pit, so he had to stop and hold. So there we go. Unfortunately, but Pringle's now trying to muscle Byrne off that line that he so desperately needs. He's going to look to try and get through the run around the right hand as they're coming down into the S's now, and we'll see how he's going to handle this one. Is Jackson. Oh well, he hasn't got to handle that one. Dan Byrne has just gone and done that all on his own and has sent himself around.
It doesn't take much, does it? It really sucks that you can work so hard and then all of a sudden you just lose the rear end of the same line you take every single time, and it just doesn't quite work for you for that one.
I'm not seeing rain, Steve. I'm a little bit apprehensive to say it's still raining because Dan Byrne has not even got his window wiper going here. It looks like Dylan De Bono has had a bit of a moment once again.
He's gone in. Yeah, I think Bartush's gone in. He came off a few minutes ago, so he went in. Did I just see Bono?
Oh yeah, Dylan there. Oh, he's trying to. Yeah, he's trying to stop hitting Dan Bartush, I think. And unfortunately for Dylan De Bono, Dan Bartush was there. Did Bartush?
That looks like a rally car now.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit worried whether or not he's. That was him and Caleb Bellick.
Oh, what was he?
What was going on with Dan Bartush?
He's had an incident with someone else, and he's come across the race line straight into.
There's Caleb there. I've got a funny feeling that's Dan in front of us. Oh, Dan's moved.
Oh, he's moved twice, and he's moved again, and then he's hit Dylan as well. Oh my God.
Yeah, you can see here. That's the Carlin boy, I believe. I think that is 78. Is David Gallo. There was already a spinner there.
Another one right live in front of us. Oh, stand still, dude. Stand still, Dan. Oh, he's just come out of the track. He's just come back on track, and he's done exactly the same thing and hit 3 other people. He just needs to plan his brakes and stay there, mate. People will work their way around. They won't hit you, mate. if you stay still.
Well, that's the situation on that one. Josh King with Ryan Price in front. Caleb Bellick is now 10th in class, but 11th overall. He did get his way up into 10th. He's now 11th, so he's one spot off that pole position, but it is Callum Hodgkinson, 2.6 seconds up the road, and he's only got 4 minutes to try and do that one as well. Can Caleb Bellick pull a bit of a masterstroke and take the pole position in the 40-minute feature? Well, we're going to find out here and see what happens. But Wayne Edwards battling away with Brendan Soper. Sorry, once my teeth start working here as well. I promise I have put my fixer in, but they do have a little bit of a wobble at times.
You're reading my mind, JP, because I've just gone, oh yeah, looks like a good battle down there with Wayne and his teammate, and I've switched it to it on my camera, and you've gone straight to it as well.
Andrew, I love my RTX 4070 Ti. Yeah, oh, why not? Apparently my NVIDIA RTX 2000 series is with rain. Oh, lovely.
Yes.
There we go.
The pressure here with these boys, they're so close. This is people down the back, viewers, and they're still fighting like crazy. It's really good to see. And the quality of the driving at the back isn't any less than the quality at the front of the field. It's just that they're just those couple of tenths slower. That's all it is to it.
Ben Simpson is an absolutely horrendous one. Gone off again. It looks like Jamie Davis is another moment. He's now 50 seconds behind Ben Faulkner. So there's Ben on track. At everybody, I can tell you now, up to 17th place. So Tyler Sheaf is the next one on Ben Faulkner's hit list, do we say. But Ben there doing an absolutely stellar job leading the way. It's well, it's been one for the masses to sit back and enjoy here as these guys continue to fight. There's Tyler there battling away with Chris Tomlin. We'll see how he gets on over the next 2 minutes. What's the gap between Caleb and Callum? 2.2, coming down very, very quickly. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Where's Ben on the track at the moment? He's on the top part. So we'll have one and probably one more here. Actually, there might even be 2 by the time he crosses this line.
He's just a next level driver. Next season we've got the Motorsport Australia series for the pros, so all pros will need to be registered with Motorsport Australia for the season coming. Hopefully there's some new boys that join up with a bit of pace that can give Ben a bit of a shake.
Final lap, it is the final lap. It was always going to be close, but it is very close. Ben's on the final lap of the race here. Before we go into that 40 minutes, that means it's going to be the final lap of the race for Caleb Bellick. He's got 1.4 seconds, 1.3 seconds up the road to Callum Hodgkinson. It isn't the final lap, actually, because your leader is almost coming up to lap some of these guys as well. So Caleb's got one more lap to close in on Callum Hodgkinson to get that 10th place. He will have the white flag this time, but Ben's already on the white flag. Caleb's just not there yet. So technically, Caleb's got one more lap to see if he can get into that top 10, and that is Callum Hodgkinson right in front of him. So he can see him. He's just got to try and get there. Ben Faulkner's coming around now down the hill out of before he goes down into the S's. He is here. Callum Hodgkinson side by side at the moment. Is he going to be able to...
Nice work.
Oh, we'll pick up on Ben Faulkner. We'll go back to that action, but Faulkner is going to take the victory here in the opening race of the evening for Vermilion Motorsports. He's going to come over the line. He has wrapped it up. Job done. What about Caleb Bellick? Well, these two guys are fighting it out. What's Caleb? They've crashed into each other. Oh, they're
still going. They're still going.
I'm not even sure
they're
how.
Still going.
They were up in
all that air.
He was up in the air.
Got in space there. Oh, still going wide. That is crazy.
But that has put it on why they were doing something amazing that has put Caleb Bellick, who's climbed 21 spots, into 9th. So he will be on the front row for the next race there. So great job from Caleb. Matty Feely's come over, taking the victory in the Pro-Ams. He's done a great job, is Feely, so well done to him. And in the AMs, it's going to be Josh King, hopefully, if he can get over the line without any...
Has he finished his lap over the line? He hasn't. He spun.
Dylan almost went as well.
He's lost his rear end, that's all. Oh, that's cost him. He's dropping. He's down to 14th now, 13th.
Yeah.
Tell you what, as they're all crossing the lines, Ben Faulkner, a 1:13.758, 16 seconds against Jamie Davis, nearly 17. What a absolute pace on this guy. Is ridiculous.
Yeah, we'll bring you up the results now. It is Ben Faulkner, your overall, with Jamie Davis and Jackson Pringle. That's your 1, 2, 3 in the pros. Dougie Gowans in 4th, Dan Byrne in 5th, with Shane Ratcliffe in 6th. Matty Feely in 7th. He takes the Pro-Am win with David Gallo, Caleb Bellick, Dylan Gray, separating him from second place man, Mr. Ryan Price in that Pro-Am. Josh King got the Am victory with Callum Hodgkinson separating them over Greg Johnston and also Tomlin there. Chris Tomlin taking the 3rd. That's your 1, 2, 3. Tyler Sheaf wraps up the Pro-Am podium. Brendan Soper in 17th, Kevin Wakefield 18th, and Wayne Edwards down in 19th place. Moving on, Phil Buckman in 20th, Jordan Ferguson 21st, Dan Batouche 22nd, Dean Sinkovic 23rd, Jack Anderson 24th, David Simmons, Brad Hayes, Mark Cochran, Mitch Noble, and Russell Gander. Come on, there's more. Shane Nowens, Ben Simpson, Stephanie Pigley, Dylan Bodueno, and obviously Sam Katagazinos, who unfortunately had issues his PC and the rain.
Yeah. Well, I got 2 of my boys on the podium in that first heat, mate. So it's quite happy with that. Jamie Davis and Josh as well. So good stuff from those 2 boys. But the whole grid out there, mate. What a drive! That bouncing we saw from Callum Hodgkinson and Dylan Gray. My God. You can't replay that now, can you? It's already gone through the system.
Yeah, it's already gone. Unfortunately, moving on to the next one, otherwise I would have been able to pick up on it.
That was some serious air in that. I reckon I can get it on my screen.
Well,
if it'll let me.
No, it doesn't normally allow you when you go back there as well. Laura, way to go, Jamie. Well done, Joshy. Laura there, and Andrew. Hey, Jason. A SimCube 2 Pro is way better than my G29. Yeah, it probably will be, but I like my G29 strapped to my desk, thank you very much, because, you know, my office is quite tiny, so I don't have a massive place for a sim rig. But then again, I don't do much drive.
Here it is, JP.
Be about that far?
Yep. I think this is the incident. Oh. Look at that!
Leaning. The thing is, he was leaning all over him, wasn't he? And just
it looked like the car that was on his right actually helped him get up and over.
Oh, and then they go again. And then I think this is where Callum's going to have a spin coming out of over the hill.
He's further down here.
Yeah, he's coming down into the S's, isn't he? I think it's been the S's that's caused. Yeah, the S's has caused quite a lot of problems. It unsettles the car, and then you're just bouncing. And then I think he just gets it. Oh, there was a
bit of love there.
Yeah,
the other way.
And then
he's lost it from that too. Oh, that was lucky. That was very lucky. Ooh, interesting one. There's going to be a few busy people tonight, I think, in there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that's going to go down. Because there was an extra little... Oh, Dane Ratcliffe. And there as well. There's a mixture of dries.
Looks like it's
drying out.
I think it stopped raining.
Yeah.
I think it stopped raining. The track is starting to... There's sunlight out there. You can still... It stopped raining, but there's still water on the track because you can still see the rooster tails coming off the wheels. While you can see that water coming off the wheels, they'll still need wets. So they won't be changing into the dries. If there's anyone out there on wets at the moment, they're going to be killing themselves.
Well, one of them was David Gallo. It was on dry tyres at the moment. Here's Gallo. I think he's warm up to try and see if he can get this car round this circuit in the dry. So Gallo's on the dry. Dougie Gowans is out there on the dry. We've got Jackson
Faulkner on the dries. He's doing 1:14s at the
No,
moment.
Faulkner's on the wets. Pringle is on dries. Dan Burns on dries. They're not doing very well either, unfortunately. 118s, 122s. So they can't afford to stay on the dry tyres too long, to be blatantly honest with you.
Gives them a bit of chance to check out the moisture levels. It's going to get drier and drier. The thing is, are they going to be able to start on the dries and battle it through till it really gets dry, or are they going to have to come in for a pit? Be very, very interesting. I think early on, you know what? Roll the dice, mate. Blow on it, shake it, and roll it.
I wouldn't. Nowhere near quick enough.
No.
This would put them down towards the back end of the field with some of these tyres these dry runners are doing. 118.89. No way can you chance it. Utilise
122s, 125s.
Yeah, utilise a pit stop if you have to, but there's no way you can run out on dries. But here's the
It's
grid.
like a 6 to 7 second deficit.
Yeah, the grid for the next race. Dylan Gray will be on pole position alongside his teammate Caleb Bellick, so 1-2 for DG Motorsports there. David Gallo in third, Matty Feely in fourth, with Shane Ratcliffe fifth, Dan Byrne in sixth, Dougie Gowans in seventh. Then you've got Jackson Pringle, Jamie Davis, and your winner from the first race, Ben Faulkner. Ryan Price and Josh King round out the top 12. Great drive from Josh there in race one. Callum Hodgkinson in 13th, Greg Johnson 14th, Chris Tomlin 15th. Tyler Sheaf down in 16th, with Brendan Soper and Kevin Wakefield 17th and 18th place respectively. Wayne Edwards and Phil Buckland round out row number 10. Then you got Jordan Ferguson, Dan Batush on row 11, Dean Sinkovic and Jack Anderson on row 12. Moving on for row 13 is David Simmons and Brad Hayes, with Mark Cochran and Mitch Noble rounding out row 14. Russell Gander, Shane Nowens on the row 15, with Ben Simpson and Stephanie Pickley in 16th place. Dylan DeBono and Sam Katkazinos, not sure if either of them are going to make a run. I don't think Sam is. I think he's already said in YouTube chat there, Steve, as well. I don't think he's going to be making an appearance for the second race of the evening. But Dylan Gray on pole alongside Caleb Bellick. Yeah. Surely that gives DG a good opportunity to be able to lock this out.
We know he's fast. We also know Caleb's fast. So two teammates up front. Hopefully they don't do anything silly and take each other out. If they can get their heads screwed on, they can help each other to get away from the pack.
I think they've got to. You've got to try as best you can here. This is going to be the thing for these two. They've got to try and open up something over Ben Faulkner, because we know he's going to come through the field like an absolute banshee. And we need to just make sure that he's doing it safely and the guys in front are racing. The problem is they're going to be racing and everybody in front's going to be racing. So it could be quite chaotic here 100%. Through this openest lap.
Yep. He's going to be loving every minute of this, Ben Faulkner. He is going to be loving every minute of it. I'm going to put my camera on him so that we can watch him come through when you like to, mate. Where is Mr. Faulkner? He is just there. It'll be on him.
Whoa.
I'll get a camera.
Moved away from your mic there, Steve?
Yeah, I did for a second.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm back, mate.
Oh, mate.
Yep.
Oh,
I was just leaning across to the other desk.
Sam's not making race 2. He's getting dinner with the family.
He can't watch it. He if he's missing out, he can't watch it. He's probably feeling the same way I do. Like that, I've missed out. I'm just gutted. Well, bon appetit, Mr. Sam Katakazinos. Enjoy dinner, mate.
What, you got anything good? Steak? Bit of kangaroo? Light's going to come on now. 3, 4, 5. And race number 2 from round 7 of the Shannon's GR86 Nationals here is green, green, green. And it is the DG Motorsports boys, Caleb Bellick, Dylan Gray leading away. David Gallo in there. Caleb's just taken up the lead at the moment. Matty Feely is in the mix. He's in 6th place in the Pro-Ams. Dylan's run a little bit wide, very wide in fact. He's losing places like a plumber who's fixed a leaky tap there as Caleb. And now Dylan Gray has got the run. He's coming out in front. front. As they come down here, it's all getting a little bit fruity. Caleb's almost going to go round. He's not. He's managed to hold it. That's going to bring in Dougie Gowans. They're going to be 3 wide. Caleb's moved out the way here. Not entirely sure.
He got swamped.
Yeah, if Caleb's got a bit of a problem, he just kind of slowed up and didn't really go anywhere after that. Faulkner's not made his move through the field that we thought at the moment. I think he's pushing too hard because he's actually lost places as Ben Faulkner. He's down 3 places. Caleb again.
Wait, how doing it there? Whoa. He's just over-driving. Oh, one of the Velocity boys. Oh, Greg Johnson's gone off track. Mark Connor's gone off track.
Whoa, there's been Greg Johnson, Shane Ratcliffe, Coughlin, Wakefield, Ferguson, all off the side of the circuit. Dylan Gray still out in front as he comes around that final corner. Close hug to the pit wall. You can see it on the left there, over the line. And at the moment, Dylan Gray leads the way. But what? Whoa! Dylan Gray is froze. Something's happened to Dylan Gray.
That's computer. That's PC. That's PC or internet. He was
Faulkner's
driving
gone round.
Straight. He just drove straight into the wall, mate. Straight into the wall. Great fighting there by these two. Oh, they've turned each other. Oh, he's held it. They both held it. Oh, my God. Well done by Ben there. That was sensational. That would have been me doing donuts.
Oh, well, this is Dylan Gray. He just
toe as well.
Disappears and then just drives
Watch the steering wheel. Watch the steering wheel.
Yeah, it goes left,
See
doesn't
that?
it? Yeah.
That's hardware.
Oh, poor Dylan
hardware.
Gray.
Yeah, that was hardware, I think. His steering wheel just went right hard down.
So after all that, it leaves David Gallo out in front. We've now got a Carlins Motorsport 1-2 after having a DG 1-2 there.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, Mitch Noble's gone in the pits. I thought he was first for a second.
No, he's jumped to the pits as they placed him for some reason in first, but it will settle down once everybody goes past him and he comes back out of the pit lane. But it is a Carlins 1-2 with Gallo and Byrne. Gowans is in there in third. Matty Feely's in fourth with Hodgkinson as well. Safety car's out.
It's coming out.
I think that could be the fact that Dylan Gray cannot move. Don't know if Dylan Gray can actually move. Ooh. I'm wondering if that's still there. Look. Yeah, whatever's happened to Dylan Gray here, Steve, it looks like a permanent situation. He's just sat there. He can't do anything.
Yeah, well, he can't move just yet. He's not allowed to till he gets cleared to move. So the person who creates the incident for the safety car generally will automatically go a lap down. So they'll leave him out there until everyone passes and everyone's clear. Then they'll call him in as part of the procedure. Then they'll start on the regroup of getting who needs a wave around and who doesn't need a wave around. That was crazy. That poor kid I think he had internet issues a few weeks ago. And then that dropped him out of a race he was doing. I think it was Dylan as well in the V8s. And now again tonight, that's bad luck, mate. And he was pulling away quite nicely too. Ben Faulkner's got himself. He's actually down one place. Hang on just a second. What's going on here? I see my brother's name in the top
10. Yeah,
there must be something wrong.
No, he is sitting.
He is 10.
Yeah, he's sitting in 10th. He is up.
Shane Newlands
13 places.
Shane Newlands up 15. Mitch Noble 14. David Simmons 12.
Stephanie's up 14 as well.
Amazing. Callum Hodgkinson's done well. He's up 8 places. We had in the 10th. Who do we have? We had Jamie Davis with Davis has dropped all the way to 17th. He must have had an issue there as well.
A lot of people. Even my PC crashed, says Tyson.
Yeah, I could hear him saying in there he's look at have a look at Ben trying to keep his rear tyres warm. Fishing along.
Slicks versus wets. Well, I'd be very surprised if anybody is on dries. Well, Caleb Bellick is on dry. So that's why he's sliding. Ben Faulkner's on dries.
Was Ballack's on dries, was he?
Yeah, Faulkner's on dries as well.
Silly.
Anderson, De Bono. So unless they're expecting this to dry up quite rapidly here, that's the reason they're on dries. But I don't know if that would have been the call for me, Phil. I've got to be honest on that one in the chat.
Yeah.
I think that would have been more of a. Yeah, I think it would have been a wet one.
While there's a fish tail out there, it's pretty slippery. It's very slippery. The old timing link, it won't. I've got it set to show me who's on wet and who's on dries, and it's just not showing me.
No, well, Caleb Bellick's on dries, Ben Faulkner's on dries, Jack Anderson's on dries, Dylan De Bono and Jackson Pringle out of the top 30. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 people on dries, everybody else on wet tyres. So, yeah, I might have utilised this safety car to go in and put the wets on. They're expecting, I don't know. Are they expecting it to dry up, Steve? That's going to be the issue.
Look, I think they are, but I can't see it. I'm just going to go.
Well, wherever Steve's going to go, it's gone.
Weather is now. What time are we at? We're at 8:56. 8:56. It says light fog, 19% of rain. So the rain is definitely gone. But he's only 19 degrees, and there's bugger all wind as well. So I'm not sure how this is going to dry up for him, mate. To be honest.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on these guys to see how they get on and whether or not they can make these dry tyres last.
Yeah.
I think they might struggle. But we will keep an eye on it and see how they get on.
The thing is, there's the mist coming off the tyres hasn't changed. It's not like it's getting smaller.
Be interested to see how they do on pull away on the opening start.
Definitely. So we're in the first 7 minutes. We've had our first safety car. I predicted one in each race, which was not the case. We've had our first now. 23 viewers. Please, hope you're enjoying it. If you want us to show someone in particular, please let us know. And we would be more than happy to talk about your friend, spouse, partner, teammate, son, daughter, whatever it may be.
Well, let's see.
Jackson Pringle just went off track in under yellow flag and then lost 3 places.
Yeah. Safety car in this time around, or is he still going round?
That's still going. They're just finishing their waiver rounds as we speak.
We'll have a look at Jackson. This is what he's done on safety car. That's through the carousel. Oh, Billy.
Yep, they've just relinquished those places. He doesn't get them back.
Yep.
All that extra bit of work you got to do to get it all back now. He's done the boys in front of him a favour. Gallo and Daniel Byrne, teammates up front. We know they will work together very, very hard to do the best they can to pull away. Doug Gowans, Matty Feely, not teammates, but they're mates still. They'll drive very, very well together. Callum Hodgkinson is Matty Feely's teammate, so great. It'll be a great effort from them two together. Chris Tomlin, all the way up, an amateur, all the way up in 6th place, doing an extremely good job, followed by Ryan Price and Caleb Ballack on his ice tyres. Phil Buckland and my little brother Dean Sinkovic for the top 10. Dean has got the fast-paced Ben Faulkner behind him.
But he is on dries.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Ben is on dries.
The start might not benefit him on the start, but once they get going, they'll be fine.
I think these wet runners could be in for a bit of a run here, because I think it's still too wet for me. I still wouldn't be wanting to sit on the circuit. Is that rain again? Oh, that's just a spray, I think, of the car.
No, it's just a spray. Just a spray, yeah.
Look, Oh, the safety car, no, he's not got any spray.
Safety car is pulling away from the field. The lights are out.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Safety car should go in this lap. That is going to leave David Gallo out in the front. And by the looks of it, Gallo has decided, I've had enough. I'm on my bike. And we're back up and running. It is green, green, green. 30 minutes remaining here. You see on the left-hand side, it's Gallo, Byrne, Gowan, Speedy, Hodgkinson. Bellex moved himself up a couple of places. He expected it to dry out. As is Ben Faulkner, who cannot clear Dean Sinkovic. I think that first lap, that opening part of that circuit, they cannot get the grip.
Wet.
Yeah, they can't get grip.
Dropped back like crazy.
Yep. There is
look
Ben.
at that wiggle from back. He's losing space left, right, and centre. Got to be careful there. The rear end is loose.
He's gone round.
Lost the rear end.
And that, unfortunately, was a continuation of the issues with the tyres. Caleb Bellick, let's have a look and see how he gets on in the dries. He's going to have to try and hold these out. He's hanging on for dear life, but he's got to try and make them work. It's very, very tough. If you're on dry tyres and a wet circuit, you can see there's still spray coming out the back. It's still not enough. I don't think dries would have been the way to go for me. It would have been wets all the way. And he's just
he's just holding that car up. Oh, see what's happened there is that car. Oh, Paul Barker's on the wrong side of the track now. He's stuck.
No, go round. Go round to the right. Go round to the right. Join at the base. Oh.
He's trying to. He was trying to avoid contact because Caleb was on the wets, so it didn't hit him, and that unfortunately caused him to go off track and into the. Oh, Caleb! Oh, he's closed the door. He's got a bit of cojones on him. That one.
Yeah, but he's trying to hold on in the hope that it dries out. But look how easy it is for Dean just to go, take care.
Catch you later.
Yeah, see you later, mate. I'll leave you down there to go and get your shopping.
Douglas, he's not being a sook, he's being a realist. The wrong tyre was the dry tyre.
Definitely
the wrong
tyre. Do you know what,
tyre.
Jace? If I even knew what a sook was, I'd be all right. But I have no idea. So.
Oh, look at that. What was that?
That was Dean's gone round.
Oh, how did he manage that? All I saw was panels flying in the air.
Well, we're going to have a look here. Caleb's also had an incident in the background. Oh, he's just got round. Here comes Caleb now. Caleb's trying to go round there. It's all on his own. He's done the hard work on that one.
Billy boy.
Yeah.
He lost a whole heap of places then too.
Yeah, definitely. You see.
Dylan Gray, gotta love Melbourne weather. Dylan, what are you doing on the bloody chat? Concentrate on your racing, mate.
he's crashed, didn't he? He put it in the wall at the hardware failure, so I don't even think he's going to be on track.
Oh, that's right, he got on track, that's right, yeah.
Oh, Tyler Sheaf's gone round, he's dropped down the order. De Bono's on dries, he's in 23rd. Faulkner's he's gone into the pits, Faulkner's gone into the pits and changed onto the wet tyres.
Yeah, I saw him go in, I think he's changing to the wets.
So we've only got one dry runner in the top 10, and that is Caleb Bellick, who's hanging on for dear life. But you can see the wet runners are just going to breeze round him through turn 1 and 2. We've got, who's that coming out the pits? I think that's Jackson Pringle might be coming out the pits there, and it's come into the action. But you can see Caleb Bellick hanging on tighter than a cliff climber, holding on by his fingertips here. He's struggling to get the power down. He's sliding all over the place. It's like watching Bambi on ice in the West End of London, and poor old Caleb Bellick is that Bambi once more. He's just struggling so hard. I want to give a big shout out as well to Stephanie Pickley. If anybody's gained positions, 22 places. Her and Shane Nowens together. Yeah, her and Shane Nowens, 22 places to gain between them.
The spray is not decreasing. It still looks just as heavy as before. The fog's starting to settle in as well now because there's fog due for the rest of the race. But the spray doesn't look like it's settled at all. If you have a look at it there, it's all over the windscreens. That's all from the spray that you can see at the moment. So it hasn't settled. The problem is there's no sunlight for it to settle, and it's foggy. So it's just really the racing line that maybe dry up a little bit, but not with these cars. There's not a lot of downforce on them to do it.
Yeah, it depends on what the just go around the outside, go around the outside. No, Steph.
He's lost it. Oh, Stephanie. Oh, she's facing the right way at least.
Oh, whoa.
Oh no, there's someone going in front of her. There's someone behind in front of her.
That was.
That was, who was that? Another
bit,
velocity car.
That's a lot of people.
Look at this. On the rims, there's a few cars that are just going down the thing. Let's see what happened. He's turned her. He got spun. She got spun. And she got spun straight into Dean. And the person who spun her spun back into her.
Who is the 246?
Was Jackson Pringle. Dear me.
He went up the inside, didn't he? He went up the inside.
From the replay, I can't tell from the replay who's done the moving. You know what I mean?
Well, let's see if I can go back just a little bit here and see if we can pick up on Steph. No, it's not far enough. Let's get back a little bit more. We'll see if we can get who did what. But there they are. Steph's on the outside. She's tucked up behind Caleb. He's come up.
Yeah, but she's also moving across a little bit left too.
And then
you got what it is here right now. What it is, the way the race control is going to look at it is they're going to look at that yellow line there, and they're going to see whose distance moves from that yellow line. Like, has Pringle kept his line to that yellow line? Has Stephanie encroached close to that yellow line, or has Pringle moved away from that yellow line? So that's going to be a key for that decision there. And you know what? It's one of those things you just. Oh, man, it sucks. It really does. Also, Pringle's trying to make a move on the inside. He's got responsibility to make a clean pass too. But he hasn't encroached in the area. She's crashed in here. So there's a lot of things they've got to consider now. I hate doing RC. I'd rather do it on the Monday night when you've got no pressure and you can just review it as a still moment. But on the move like this tonight, that's a tough one.
Yeah, well, Caleb's still holding on to ninth desperately. Yeah. And I think Stephanie's... issue with that one would have been, Steve, that she should have gone around the outside. She should have been brave. Oh, Caleb. She should have been brave and took the outside line and run that outside wall around Caleb there. I think that was the thing. As soon as you start nestling somebody behind on different tyres...
So Jackson Pringle has got himself a black flag, and I'm not sure if it's for this incident here that we just saw or it's for another incident. We'll find out shortly.
Yeah, Caleb's still trying to hold on. He's on that slippery slope downwards, unfortunately. But let's see what he can do and see if he can hold on to at least some of the top 15 places here. And that was a big old incident. I'm surprised that we didn't get a safety car for that one, to be blatantly honest. I thought we might have had a safety car there, but we didn't get it. You can see Faulkner now is up into 21st place. He's making his way back through on the wet tyres. He has gone into the pits and changed them tyres, so him and Jordan Ferguson will have their own little battle going on here. 18 minutes, 20 minutes to go. Faulkner goes up the inside there. Job done for him over to Jack and over Jordan Ferguson, and Ben Faulkner does make his way up. How far is he going to get, though? That's going to be the question. What is Faulkner's lead? Almost 1 minute 10 to David Gallo. That's a tough ask. Oh, get it stopped, son. You're not stopping it. Takes it in round Ben Simpson. That's another place.
Jesus Christ, he's fast.
Yeah,
I thought those cars were standing still.
18th place now for Faulkner, but he's going to be a tough ask. But he's got the likes of Jamie Davis, Caleb Bellick, Josh King and Wayne Edwards all fighting out. Wayne's sitting there. You can see Josh King's in that same place that almost Stephanie Pickley found herself in, stuck in behind Caleb. He does manage to pull out. This should give him the move, though. He should be able to get the power on a lot earlier.
All I can say to Josh King there, stay as wide as possible from Caleb, because he could break traction any moment. Anyone who's near him, stay away. Traction is going to lose.
Yeah, he's going to wash out like an absolute trooper going into every corner there. Looks like Greg Johnson's been off the side of the circuit as well. Matty Feely has got Callum Hodgkinson and Ryan Price for company. Pricey there in the Pro-Ams at the moment, sitting in second place. Feely leading the Pro-Ams. He's in fourth overall, which is great for Matty Feely, leading that Pro-Am fight. But still a lot happening here, a lot going on. And at the moment, Gallo, Byrne and Gowans are your top three in the pros, with Feely, Price and Noble in the Pro-Ams, and Tomlin, Nowans and King. Mind you, I will say Tomlin sitting 7th overall, Nowans 8th overall, and then third place Josh King in 11th overall. So lots of jiggling about here for some of these guys.
Oh, yeah. Jack Anderson has just got himself a black flag. He's going for a bit of a drive-through.
Now, Dylan De Bono.
The one that just got called.
Is not.
Oh, De Bono, what's going on there?
Not.
He's lost it in the pits.
I can't work out if he's left the pits or is entered the pits there.
I think he's trying to get in the pits and he's lost control of it. He's trying to get it to a position where he can service the car, I think.
I can't get it back far enough to where whatever that was going on, but whatever was going on there,
yeah.
Dylan De Bono is still there, but Matty Felix hanging on. Callan Hodgkinson, see behind him, that's Ryan Price, and then behind that we've got Chris Tomlin and Shane Nowens. So these guys having a little mix-up once again. There's a few people in there that's back markers. So we're going to see how that one plays out as well. But where is Ben Faulkner now? He's in 17th place. And if he isn't careful, unless he can stay away from this man, David Gallo, where is Faulkner? 7th. Faulkner's just up the road. There's a chance he could be lapped. No, surely not.
Oh, no, surely not.
Can he?
Surely not. But these boys at the front are doing an absolute epic job. The team...
Matthew Gerard, has Dylan gone to wets also? Well, Dylan actually is still facing the wrong way in the pit lane. That's Dylan. That's what's happening with Dylan's car at the moment. So Dylan hasn't actually gone anywhere. At the moment, he's got an umbrella going on, twirled by Mary Poppins on the front right-hand side of his car there. So I'm not entirely sure what that is about, but something's happening with Dylan De Bono.
I think he's just left his vehicle and he's left the engine running. And it's rotated itself. Okay, so I've got him here. Just give me a sec, mate, and I'll tell you when to go to my screen, and you'll see the incident coming through. Oh, okay. Let me see. Is this it? Oh.
Keep an eye on these battles around. Mark Cochrane's in there. He's got Josh King in third place for the AMS in front of him. The thing that this has done has mixed up literally everybody. There is literally everybody in the mix here. You can see from the overalls, it's pros, pro-AMs, AMs all the way up in 7th and 8th. Great job from them as these guys continue to fight. Sheafy goes under Wayne Edwards. Job done for him. What about David Simmons? Is he going to be able to hold on, or is he going to get a hold of Caleb Bellick as well? Is Caleb still on them dry tyres? That's going to be the question, and he is, and he's just about hanging on. Though
he's becoming a hazard out there, isn't he?
The thing is, he's only got 17 minutes, so how far is he going to get if it dries? And I'm not trying to doubt what's happening. I'm just thinking that from Caleb's point of view, he's trying to hang on, especially when you've got Ben Faulkner, who was on dries, is now on wets coming in behind you.
So Jamie Davis has got himself a black flag as well for something which I haven't seen. But here's the incident for on my screen. I'm going to show you now of Dylan De Bono. You ready for it, mate?
Yeah, mate. Whenever you're ready. So there is De Bono down in the bottom right-hand corner. He hits the wall. That car's not going anywhere. And then, unfortunately for Dylan, it does that. And how does he get stuck in the pit lane? That's the question.
I've got no idea. The car sits there for such a long time. I think he tries to crawl back to pit lane or something. I'm not sure how he gets there. But then his car must stay on as the engine stays on. It must just keep rotating itself because he's left it on in the thing. So you can see the rear wheels spinning. Maybe it towed. It's towed, yeah. And there it goes in the pits. And it will just keep going and rotating itself around.
Yeah, if you have a look now, this is Brendan Soper and Greg Johnson. Greg's gone in, he didn't make the corner, and unfortunately he's gone off the side of the circuit there. And Greg went in.
He just pulled that in too.
Yeah, well, he went in far too hot. He was not getting that stopped. Yeah. That's the problem. If you have a look, he came down like an absolute banshee, and he just washed out. It wasn't near the apex. He missed the apex completely, and unfortunately there. Got to be honest, Greg, I think that one could be your scenario. Not going to lie, but we've got Ratcliffe in the pits. The Bono's still in there. Pringle's still in there. Brad is in there as well. He's out. There's a few people in pit lane. Here, Jamie Davis is just trying to make a move past Tyler Sheaf. They're running side by side. Sheaf has just gone underneath, and Davis has lost that position with Wayne Edwards coming in behind him. Caleb's still holding on, and I can safely say the spray has not gone. It's still there. You can just see on board with Tyler Sheaf how quickly he should climb up. Whoa, no, maybe not, because that was Jamie Davis making a move on us on the inside going into turn 3. So. Yeah,
he's got a drive-through to serve Sue as well, so that's his night cooked. Jackson Pringle got instant responsibility of drive-through for that incident with Jesse, with Stephanie Piccoli on the main straight.
Oh, big old snap from Jamie Davis there. Got Tyler Sheaf still on, Caleb Bellick, sorry, still on them dry tyres. He's hanging on. He's not hanging on anymore. There was a lot of...
Dougie Gowans is still hanging on at the top end as well there. He's, Jamie's gone off. His night's getting worse to worse, isn't it?
I'm wondering whether or not this was all on his... he's got a wiggle. Oh, there was contact with Ben Faulkner.
Yeah, but he looked like he was already wiggling his way through.
Oh, maybe there wasn't. It might have been a little bit of the old Tinternet, the old WWW's playing up on that one.
Yeah, that's a net code, man. Yeah, that's definitely a net code.
Yeah, Faulkner now in 13th with Caleb Bellick behind, hanging out on the dry tyres. Not entirely sure what the situation would be on that one, but he is still going for it. Is Caleb? He's got literally about 13 minutes. I don't think this circuit is going to dry up in that time. David Gallo out in front with Dan Byrne, and Dougie Gowans in third. 8 seconds back from these two with Matty Feely, Callum Hodgkinson and Ryan Price battling out. So great job from the Carlins boys up front.
Yeah, 100%. So the boys that are behind Dougie are they're 1 second behind. They're on my screen at the moment. They've got their own little battle pack going on behind them. But how good are the boys up front doing? We picked it straight away at the beginning, didn't we? If they drove together quietly, successfully, smooth, they'll pull away from the pack. They've done exactly that. They've pulled away from the pack. They've gapped it to Doug Gowans by 8.4 seconds. So they're not going a hell of a lot faster. It's only about 4/10 faster a lap, but they've slowly capped it away. And Dougie Gowans is in no man's land. These guys are a second behind him, which is a fair bit in the rain. It's not he's just got to stay clean and stay focused.
See, spray just about, yeah, there is coming off the cars. 12 minutes to go. And at the moment, Gallo and Byrne are your 1-2 out in front. It's almost a minute 11. They've lapped pretty much most people down. At Wayne Edwards here is going to be, unfortunately, looks like he might become a victim of the Gallo and Byrne train that are coming through at an absolute rapid rate of knots here. Past Ben Simpson they go. There's Brendan Soper in front of them as well. And there is Soper. Edwards, you can see just up the road. Caleb Bellick's in front of that. He's in fear of being lapped here. So Caleb's going to have to try and... well, he can't change now, mate, can he? He's just got to wait it out.
Yeah, you got it. He's too late, mate. He's made his bed. He's going to lay in it. The boys behind Doug Gowans, they're passing back markers at the moment, and oh my God, it's sketchy. I tell you what, going on the outside, going on the inside. I feel it for those back markers. That was crazy.
Yeah, Brad, sorry if I affected anyone from disconnecting. Well, so you were quite lucky. You missed everybody on that straightaway. Your steering wheel went to the right, slammed you into the wall, and then you come left across the racetrack. But you did miss people, which was always good there. No need to worry too much on that one. Ryan Price giving Hodgkinson a good old fight here into the right-hander of turn 3 as they start heading out of the oval circuit and into the forest undergrowth out in the backside here. You can see all the trees around them. It looks like they've had to extend this circuit, Steve, to put this roval in, because normally rovals go on the inside of an oval, but this one kind of goes right and goes outside of it.
I do like the track. It looks like it's got the undulation of your what's it called, that one, is it Summit Peak, the one out American Desert, what's it called, Summit Peak?
Summit Point.
It's got the undulation of, which one?
Summit Point.
Summit Point, that's it, yeah. It's got the undulation of that, but I think this would be a fun track to drive, actually.
As well. Quite interesting. Not quite sure what cars would be best round it, to be blatantly honest with you, but not too sure what would be best.
This is what Ben Faulkner's making his way up. He's nearly back to 10th place. He's 2 places behind where he started. Above him is Shane Ewens, who's up 19 places. Mark Cochran, exceptional drive tonight, up 17 places. Josh King up 3, he's sitting in 9th, consolidating, well done. Mitch Noble, his teammate, up 20 places. Great drive there. And then you've got Chris Tomlin up 8. So we've got Gallo, Byrne and Gowans for the pros, and then we've got Matty Feely, Ryan Price and Mitch Noble for the Pro-Ams, and then Chris Tomlin, Josh King and Shane Ewens for the top 3 in the AMs. Tomlin is starting to make a bit of a habit of it.
Yeah, you can see on the left-hand side, all 3 leaders of all 3 classes are within the top 11. That's never happened. We've never seen all 3 podiums in all 3 classes within the top 11. That is just
10. Top 11. Yeah,
top 11. Because Nowens is the final third, isn't he? So stellar job from Shane there, holding on to that 11th spot in the AMs. First time ever here.
He is improving. His racecraft is getting a lot better. His selection of where he's going to go. He used to be a little bit unpredictable driving behind him. You didn't know which way he was going to take, which line he was going to take. But his race line is a little bit more predictable and a little bit cleaner. Hence, he's getting faster.
I think that's the thing. You've got to, the more you practice, the more you get help and guidance and coaching, it does make you faster in general. Ben Faulkner's 7.5 seconds away from these guys in front. Gallo is on his way out of the carousel and running now. He's still out in front with Byrne. That gap, however, boys, you are slowing down. That gap has come down to about 4 seconds from the 8 that it was, but I believe backmarkers may have been involved in that happening, but they are going to have to be a little bit careful with 7 minutes to go.
Backmarkers are slowing them down a little bit at the front there, that place they had. And you can see right now they're behind Ben Simpson, I think it is, on the actual track. But if you look at my screen, these boys are close as. Gowans has got these boys right on the back of him now. He had a second gap before, now he's got 0.67 behind. So Matty Feely is in the QPR car behind him. He's got 6 seconds now, 6/10. Callum Hodgson 35, 6-1. So these boys are starting to catch up. And then we've got a massive gap from Chris Tomlin, who's the leading AM driver.
Yeah, down to Mitch Noble and Mark Cochran. Jane Nowens is down here. Gap to Ben Faulkner is now 5.5 seconds. We've got Russell Gander. We've got Phil Buckland and Wayne Edwards behind them. These guys continuing the fight. Gander's up 10 places, Edwards down 1. And believe it or not, there's only 2 people who have not moved from where they started on the grid. One of them is this young gentleman in Phil Buckland, and the other one is Matty Feely, who started in 4th and has not moved at all. So 2 people out of the whole field, still in the same spots they were when they come onto the grid. So great job from Phil, not losing, not gaining. And Matty Feely further up the order there, doing a stellar job as well as they're coming into the right-hander of turn 3.
Then Gerard wants to see a hot lap from Ben. I'll put it on my camera first. Switch through, mate. I'll switch my camera through to Ben Faulkner so they people can see him down the bottom section as he's going through his grid. He's very, very smooth, even in the rain, and he is working his way.
On his way into the carousel.
Yeah, here he comes now, coming down the hill.
We've got a bit of time there before he starts his hot lap. We will pick up on Ben as soon as he can. I'm sure Steve will jump us into the cockpit so we can see what he does on that one. As you can see, Matty Feely trying to work his way through. That's Kevin Wakefield in that car on the outside. Feely trying to get the job done. Wakefield, however, not allowing him to get the job done. So, Kevin, you might want to be a little bit careful there, dear sir. You have got blue flags coming up behind you. So, be a little bit swifty, but there is Ben in the bottom right-hand corner. Is going just over the line, ready to go. Coming into turn one there. So, Mr. Wakefield, you not yourself on the equation. Careful, because I'll see might be jumping over you here.
Yes, he's gonna. Where's he gonna go? That's the thing as well. Now he needs to. He's on that straight. Stay one way or the other way and let these guys get past.
Yeah, well, there's Matty Feely, and at the moment.
Yep. Dougie Gower's just called blue flags for the two cars in front.
Kevin
That's
Wakefield's
Dougie just
still
there.
there.
We're seeing, yeah.
I think that's the problem. They're still
They boxed
there.
him in.
Yeah, he can't.
They boxed him in.
Can't go anywhere now. Wakefield.
Kevin stayed left, so that's all right. Kevin, you can't re-enter in front of him. You need to let these guys through.
Oh, Caleb Alec, Dougie
Caleb,
Gowans.
what are you doing?
I don't know where that would be on that one, but Dougie Gowans is going to be
That was a blue
a
flag. Caleb should have got out of the way then, I think.
livid.
Oh, what's he done? He's turned into him.
I think there's more there.
God, and he's rotated him as well. Oh, mate. I can't believe that just happened.
No, I think
back marker has just got in the way and then rotated a passing driver. I would be absolutely livid. The comms are quiet. The comms are quiet. Dougie Gowans has called it in and that was it. He's quiet. But if that was me, I'd be in my Discord room right now going absolutely off my tree. Oh, mate.
Yeah, Callum Hodgkinson there. Past the back marker of David, I believe that's David Simmons. He has got through. Caleb Belleg's there. Ryan Price has now got Caleb next on the list. So, yeah.
Well, Cam, it's something we'll leave for the race control to review.
I read that. I'm not getting involved in that one.
Yeah, we get the short, fast session of it. There's still a lot of things in consideration. Who moved where? Who had the corner? Who had the first move? Who had the second move? Was the driver that was passing doing a clean pass? There's just so many things to contribute. When you look at it from first hand, yes, it does look like Caleb did the wrong thing. But when you slow it down, look at from the angles, anything's possible. We'll leave that to race control to look at and go through. But I tell you what, Ben Faulkner is a very, very smooth driver. Look at these steering inputs that he has through all the corners. He's fighting that car a bit. You can see where he's catching it. He catches it so sweetly too.
Well,
he's following Josh King at the moment, who is in second place for the. It's close. Second place for the Rams. The hardest thing for Ben is passing these guys that aren't as experienced as him, and he needs to just be patient sometimes and find his way around, see where the gap is, because the guys that aren't as experienced as him in the wet
Ben
aren't going to be as predictable.
Hamish, answer to your question, yes, that was a lapped car. They've lapped everybody up to 14th. Caleb was basically on dry tyres, and I believe he's still on the dry tyres, and is sunk heavier than the stone in the ocean, as that poor young man. And he's now basically in 14th, but yes, they were lapping him there as well. So it was a lapped car.
Josh King's doing a great job of keeping Ben Faulkner behind him.
One mistake.
But I think it's all over. I think Ben's found the gap and he's taken it and he's just gone now. But that was a great effort by the amateur to keep him holding him off. That was a real good battle.
Yeah.
And Ben, being the class act that he is, found a clean way to pass the slower driver.
Yeah, well, Wayne Edwards is here. He's got Phil Buckland and Russell Gander. Greg Johnson looks like he's just had another incident. Jake Nowens has gone off the side of the circuit, but has managed to hold on. He's still in 12th. He's still in 3rd in class. The battles are teetering out a little bit, but it is going to be the final lap of the race for race number 2. And it looks like Dan Byrne is going to wrap this one up from his teammate David Gallo. In the Pro-Ams, it looks like Matty Feely, and in the AMs, it looks like Chris Tomlin. So a great job from these guys as they come in towards the end of race number 2.
Oh, that's right, because that...
Matty Feely takes that, is going to take the Pro-Am, but here comes Dan Byrne. He's wrapping it up. Carlin's Motorsport 1-2 here in the SRW GR86 Shannon's Nationals from New Hampshire. Great job there for Dan Byrne. As I say, Matty Feely takes that Pro-Am victory as well. But here he comes, the man who's going to make it 2 podiums out of 2 this evening. Chris Tomlin is going to come over the line. King's going to be in 2nd, and Nowan should hang on and has hung on to 3rd, but it is Chris Tomlin who's going to come over the line, take that victory in the AMs. A great job from him. Absolutely amazing there as well. So great action all the way through. Ben Faulkner managed to get himself up to 10th. Caleb there managed to hold on to 13th, but as you can see on the left-hand side, he is a lap down. So there we go.
Yes, well. Whoa, oh, Faulkner's just lost it as he crossed the finish line there. I don't know how he's maintained control of the car, but he's done.
Wayne Edwards.
He's doing a bit of...
Oh, didn't get Phil Buckland at the end, but that was really close.
Close, very close.
Stephanie comes over the line
that
as
was,
well.
That was an action-packed night. That was just so much fun for me. I loved it. Action galore, lots of stuff to commentate on, lots of stuff to talk about. Viewers involved, 26 people watching, plus whoever else is on Facebook. So, thank you all for joining us, because I hope it was as much fun watching it as it was commentating it.
Yeah, well, we can tell you here are the results. Dan Byrne is your winner with David Gallo in 2nd. Yeah, Matty Feely takes the Pro-Ams. Callan Hodgkinson wraps up the podium for the Pros. Then Ryan Price, he's separated from Doug Gowans, with Mitch Noble wrapping up the Pro-Am the podium, sorry. Chris Tomlin takes the win in the AMs with Mark Cochran and Ben Faulkner separating him from Josh King, who was in 2nd in the AMs. Tyler Sheaf then separates Shane Nowans, who finished 3rd in there as well. Top 3 of each class in the top 13. Never happened, ever. So we're fair play to them. David Simmons in 14th, Jack Anderson 15th, Jordan Ferguson 16th, Russell Gander 17th, and Phil Buckland down in 18th place. They're all lapped cars. You can see further down from that one. Wayne Edwards down in 19th. Caleb Bellick down in 20th. Stephanie Pigley 21st. Steve Sinkovic is 2 laps down in 22nd. Greg Johnson 2 laps down as well. Ben Simpson, Brandon Soper 3 laps with Kevin Wakefield 4 laps. Jamie Davis is down 7 laps. Then we're going to go into the non-finishers. Shane Ratcliffe, Dylan DeBono, Jackson Pringle, Brad Hayes and Dylan Gray. And Sam Katkazinos did not take to the start on that one. I think we can safely say, as races go, them 2 races we had in the evening were, well, they've been quite epic, to be fair.
They are. They were a lot of fun to be had, mate. And I take my hat off to the boys in those wet conditions on a tough track, on a new track that probably a lot of them haven't driven on. Which is a lot of fun to do, but mate, awesome, absolutely awesome. Few incidents that'll be spoken about, that'll be talked about as we get to the end of the week, and I'm sure I'll be dragged into a few meetings as well. But let's start the chitter chatter with the guys. You reckon?
Yeah, go for it.
The first amateur in. He's already in the booth. He's already waiting. He's keen.
Well, I would be keen as well if I was Chris Tomlin. He wrapped up 2 podiums this evening, 3rd in race 1, and then he decided he wasn't happy with 3rd, so he decided to go out and win race 2. So fair play to Chris Tomlin, your winner for race 2. Chris, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Thanks. Yeah, pretty buggered after that. It was a lot of track awareness today. with the rain in that second race, because I think a few people tried to gamble with some dry sets of tyres, and it didn't pan out for them.
No, it was, yes. Ben Faulkner, Dylan De Bono, Caleb Bellick, and there was a couple of others, I think, also as well. But definitely the wrong decision. But for you, though, you've bird and a win. Not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad, and also like top 8 overall it was. So I was quite surprised with that, and so it just shows that just picking the right strategy with my tyres, pays off, and just trying to keep it all nice and clean.
Chris, you've got 2 rounds to go. What do you think? You're leading the championship. You're going to strengthen your evening with more points in there as well. Do you think you can wrap up the AM victory?
Oh, I'll give it a red hot go, but there are some pretty quick drivers in there, and depending on the tracks and what's coming up, I might have to put some laps down.
Well, you got Road Atlanta and Homestead Miami.
You might even practice, mate.
I do practice during the week. It's just when you got a lot on during the week and stuff, you got to try and find time. Plus, with the Glen 6 hour coming up, that's where my main focus is pointing towards at the moment.
Well, mate, there's a sick trophy for this position, so I wouldn't be going dropping the spuds that quick.
No. Oh, just I'll try my best. Go out there, do what I do every week.
Excellent, mate. Who gets you on track, Chops?
That would be LCR Esports, Chop Remote Tech Support, JDRF Australia, and Night Rider Designs.
Excellent, mate. Well, congratulations and fantastic drive, mate. Good to see you getting some consistency out there. JP, send the boy on his way.
Adios, sir.
Cheers, fellas.
There you go. That is Chris up there as well. He's had a great evening of racing, and let's be real about it. But I can tell you what, one man has had a evening to remember is one Mr. Matty Feely. 2 wins out of 2 and an overall 3rd place podium in race 2 as well. What more can you ask of him other than well done, Matty Feely? But let's see how he thinks his evening's gone. Matty, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Oh, not bad.
I'm all right, mate. Not bad. I've just watched some great racing. I've watched some epic fighting. I've watched you take 2 wins out of 2 for the Pro-Ams this evening. Come on, mate.
It's been a good race.
Oh.
It's been a good race. Very hard race, especially with the weather out there.
Yeah, weather very up and down. Was it ever going to dry out for dries?
Right at the end there.
Yeah, or anyway.
It was starting to wash out the wets. It was a bit dry out there at the end, but I ran the risk.
Well, yeah, mate, and I think, to be honest, that was the right thing. I think we've discussed, Steve, didn't we? That was the right thing to do there throughout the whole race was start on wets.
Yeah, I think anyone that went on wets just suffered dramatically. How did you cope with some of these guys that were on wets in front of you, passing them? Was it unpredictable?
Very unpredictable. They were very slippery. They were everywhere. There's not much else to say, but it was hard to, go past them cleanly when they were sliding.
Yeah.
So, but it's all right. Good racing.
You do try to pass cleanly. You're probably one of the cleanest drivers I know out there. Not that we've got any dirty drivers out there, but I'm good to see some form coming back, mate. You're practicing a bit more. What's going on?
Thanks, mate. Just a little bit more. I've got a little bit more free time now in my life. Well, not really, but making a bit more free time to cut some practice laps for each week.
Nice. You can see it in the racing, can't you, JP?
Yeah, definitely. It's been awesome to watch, and as I say, one of the biggest things is getting the cars out on the circuit, isn't it, and being able to practice there, Matty. So, what do you think?
That's exactly right.
Where do you see yourself? You're not massively far off the championship lead here. 2 wins out of 2 tonight. Do you think you're still in with a shot?
There's a few rounds left. We'll see what happens. If I can push myself up there a little bit further, I'll be happy. I think I'm 150 points away from P1 at the moment, as it stands, possibly. I'm not 100% sure.
No, you're 70, barely 70 points away, including drop rounds, mate.
Oh, wow. So I'm much closer than I thought I was?
Yeah. Even without,
so that's good.
Even without drop rounds, you're only 63 points away from the lead, mate, in the Pro-Ams.
Well, that's good news. There's a bit more positive feedback coming in.
So we're going to see.
mate,
are we going to see a Matty Feely victory in the Pro-Ams then, with Road Atlanta and Homestead Miami to go?
I'll give it a go.
All right, mate. That's all I
what's
want to
going to
know.
happen, Matty?
Never say never.
What's going to happen, JP? He's going to get his trophy this week. It's in the post. He's going to get his trophy this week. He's going to sit it on his table beside his rig.
I'm sorry, Steve. I believe it when I see it. But they've been sent. So
and then
I'll keep the mailbox open.
Get all pumped up and go for another one.
I'll try. See what happens.
I'm sure you'll love it, mate. I'm sure you'll love it. Mate, congratulations. It's good to see you at the pointy end. I know you're a great driver because I've raced in the same room with you and I know what you're capable of. It's good to see you finally driving at your level, because you tend to drop down to the level of the lounge sometimes. As much as it's fun in there, it does distract you sometimes, but the extra practice is definitely helping you, mate. So good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate that.
No sweat, mate. Well,
anyone, Matt, you want to give a shout out
you
to?
guys as well. You guys do a good job. Thanks for you guys. You guys do a good job, RC and all that. I'd like to thank Shunt Scenery, Palmerston Bakery, simrigs.com, Crisscross, and the rest of not Crisscross, Stefan, I should say, and the rest of the boys at Blackout OPR. I appreciate all their work they put in behind the scenes to help us out in all the leagues and all the races that we attend to each week.
Great work, mate. Great work. Congratulations, dude, and see you next week.
Thank you very much, mate. Enjoy. See you, boys.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Both of them in, you reckon, mate?
Hey, if you want to have a chat to both of these at the same time, you go for it. But next up is we've got the two gentlemen that wrapped up the 1-2 for Carlin's Motorsport. Dan Byrne is in the booth with us, and so is David Gallo as well. Dan, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. How are you guys going?
I'm not too bad at all. David, how are you, sir?
Evening, gents. Really good after that result. We're pretty stoked.
Mate,
I'm glad you're both happy because what we predicted was that you guys were going to work together as a team because we know you're capable of it and gap everyone else, and exactly what happens. Is that with the plan going forward?
Coming into it, I don't think I definitely wasn't expecting to be up here. Very unprepared for it, but played sort of the conservative card and kept it clean and worked to our advantage, I think.
It was interesting the start of the last race, which tyre to choose, and I could see a couple of guys went out on the dry tyre, and we were contemplating whether or not to go out on the dry tyre, but we stuck with the wet tyre, and I think that was the right choice. So we managed to gap a few of the fast guys near the start, and then just kind of managed it from there. We weren't trying to attack each other, and we were happy just to kind of race within ourselves, and a bit of traffic coming through, but it was good result. Happy with that.
Hey, JP, go for it. Don't wait for me.
Sorry, mate. Well, you were talking. I didn't want to interrupt. You know what I mean? I thought you were coming to come in.
No, you're all good. I know that these boys are one of your favourite teams out there, so go for hell for leather, mate.
No, surely not. I'm not a Carlin's Motorsport fan at all. Shut up, Steve. What are you talking about?
Come on.
Hey,
what's wrong with us?
Nothing. Dude,
we keep it clean.
That's what he's getting at, mate. The problem is, as I am a bit of a fan of both of yours, to be blatantly honest, because I think you do an absolutely stellar job. And see David up the front end is absolutely amazing as well. Going forward, though, guys, where do you see yourself? Dan, more for you, I think, on this one. Where do you see yourself battling out for the championship this time? Do you think you're going to get near the front?
Haven't really been paying that much attention to the ladder. I know I'm in the mix, but I have missed a few races at the same time. So I'm just taking it each race as it comes, and I'll have a look how it washes out in the end. But I think I might be too far back to challenge. I think Ben's probably miles ahead of us. I would assume. But yeah, look, I think the pace is improving. I'm getting used to the car. I've found a setup that I actually like, so I'm just going to settle with the one setup and maybe just tweak it slightly. And I think that's made a little bit of a difference, just a little bit more consistency, because every race we were trying to work out what setup to use, and low downforce, high downforce, mid downforce, and it was really hard to kind of get a gauge of how the car was performing. So now that we've found our setup, it's good to gauge, how much quicker we're getting. So yeah, happy with that.
Are both of you using the same setup? David, you using that setup as well?
Yeah, same one. We sort of play with it. Probably, I think it was 2 or 3 rounds ago, and since then we've sort of got our groove with it and enjoying it in the wet and dry. So it's working for us, that's for sure.
Nice. Going forward though, guys, as well, good luck Road Atlanta next week. How do you see it happening for you? Let's start off with David on that one.
I do like the track. Hopefully it'll be a dry race for me in particular. I'm not a big fan of the wet, but yeah, I think I'm not in contention by no means, so we'll put a bit of practice in together and hopefully end up like the Pointy again.
Dan, we're going to see another 1-2 in Road Atlanta.
I hope so. Yeah, I enjoy the track, but I think everyone enjoys that track. It's got a really good flow to it, and lots of areas you can overtake, so it should make for good racing.
Awesome stuff, guys. Well, and let's start with you, Dan, on this one. Anyone you want to shout out before you let go, mate?
Yes, big shout outs to my daughter Atari. It's her birthday today, so happy birthday. She's 11. And also shout outs to Carlin's Motorsport, Driver 808, Little Rara, Eagers Automotive. Shout outs to Bianca, Frenchie and Minka, Zach and Levi.
Awesome.
But I know you want to shout out some people too.
Yeah, anyone you want to add?
Yeah. We've got obviously the same sponsors, but shout out to my wife Anna, 2 girls, Anthea and Valerie, and a special thank you to you guys and SRW team and broadcast team. So thank you.
Awesome stuff. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations on your 1-2, and hopefully we'll see that in Road Atlanta next week.
Thanks, guys. See you there.
Take care.
Cheers, guys. Well done.
Move them, boy. Make sure I don't move Steve like I did the other week. Right, Steve. Well, that wraps it up. Let's come to the end here as well. I think, you know, a lot of firsts this evening. Carlin's Motorsport 1-2. We got Matty Feely taking double victories. We got Ben Faulkner, I think, for the first time of the season, not in the podium on the podium in the second race. We've got all 3 podium finishes within the top 13 of all 3 classes. Been a great night.
It's been a spectacular night, you know, for a track that we don't really know that well as drivers, me and you know, the round bits at the outside. It's brought some fantastic racing, some really good pinch points, passing points, and on top of that, the weather, the rain, and the boys trying to go out there in the dries. You know, that brought another level of you know,
bravery
to the story that we're doing out here. You know, it's just it's what you want. You want people to take the punt and try it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Tonight it didn't, but you know what? It was good. Thank God they tried it because it put up to the show.
Yeah, it did, and they were probably about 2 laps off getting them tyres working as well. As we found out towards the end of the race, the rains were going off, the line was too dry. But that's going to wrap it up for this evening. Thank you so much to everybody that's joined us in YouTube chat. I can't mention you all because there's been absolutely loads. I've been sat here watching it just flicker past me on the screen. So thank you so much to everybody that's come along. Don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on the bells, and do all that other fancy jazz you can do on YouTube for absolutely free, as we've got more racing coming up this week and next week on the SRW TV YouTube channel. But I've been James Parfit. I've been alongside Steve Sinkovic, and as always, guys, take care, have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.
To Total One, this is amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters, almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because, tell you what, Bruce Tanak and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us.